Welcome to another learning adventure with the Walking Classroom. My name is Amelia.
I'm Max.
With us is our teacher, Mrs. Fenn.
She's the tall one.
Max, they can't see us.
I forgot. Well then, I'm the tall one with huge muscles.
Whatever.
It's okay, Amelia. What Max lacks in size, he makes up for with imagination. And really, that's what counts. As we exercise our bodies, it's good to give our minds a workout too. On our walk, let's all stretch our minds and think of ways to grow bigger and stronger, like Max.
Good idea. As a reminder, we all need to remember to walk quickly and stay with the group.
And make sure only one ear is covered with an earbud or headphone. That way, you'll still be able to hear us and keep track of what's going on around you.
Right. So Max, how did you get to be so big and strong?
I work out. Obviously.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I eat lots of vitamins and minerals.
What?
You know, on the side of the cereal box, they always list vitamins and minerals. They have to be important.
Well, Max, vitamins and minerals are things your body needs to grow and get stronger. They also help keep you from getting sick. And best of all, they're in the foods we eat.
But how are vitamins and minerals even different?
That's a great question. Vitamins are organic. Do either of you know what that means?
They come from plants or animals.
Exactly. Vitamins are organic, so they come from plants or animals. Minerals are inorganic, which means that they don't come directly from plants or animals. Minerals are found in the soil and water that plants and animals eat and drink. We get the vitamins and minerals that we need when we eat plants and animals.
Minerals are in the soil, so it's kind of like we're eating dirt?
No, it's more about what's in the dirt. Things like calcium, iron, and zinc, these are just some of the minerals that plants absorb from the soil.
And then we eat the plants that have absorbed those minerals, or the animals that have eaten those plants.
Exactly. So those minerals, along with the vitamins already in the plants and animals, get into our bodies.
So all I have to do is eat a lot of cereal and I'll be strong and healthy?
Not so much. To make sure that you're getting enough vitamins and minerals, you really need to eat a healthy diet. Plenty of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and lean meats and fish.
So 3 bowls of chocolicious fruit bombs a day won't do it?
I'm afraid not, sweetheart. To get really big and strong, you need to eat a healthy diet.
And exercise, like we're doing right now.
I got it. Keep exercising and eat healthy foods full of vitamins and minerals. Then I really will be big and strong.
Now you're talking.
Hey, Max, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I noticed you have a long scar on your chest. What's that from?
It's no big deal. I was born with a heart defect. I had 2 heart surgeries before I was 2 years old. The scar's from my surgery.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I was so young I don't even remember it. Plus, the doctors fixed my problem so now I can run and play, just like everyone else.
That's wonderful, Max. And it's part of the reason why we brought you along today.
Right. Today's topic is the heart and circulatory system. And since I know a little bit about those things, Miss Finn thought I could lead the discussion.
Cool. Well, what do you know?
Well, the heart is a muscle located in the middle of your chest, about the size of your fist.
So the heart is like arm and leg muscles?
Kind of, but a little different. You know how you have to think about moving your arms and legs?
Yeah.
You don't have to think about your heart beating. It just does it on its own.
With a little bit of help. There's a section deep in your brain that controls things like your heart rate and your breathing.
I guess I never thought of it before. But I don't have to think about breathing. I just do it.
And the same goes for your heartbeat. Your brain takes care of that too, even when you're asleep.
At our age, our hearts beat about 100 times a minute. That's almost 100,000 times a day. And we don't even have to think about it once. It just happens.
So my heart is a muscle in the middle of my chest about the size of my fist?
Yep, it's in the middle of your chest and leans a little to the left.
Okay, the middle of my chest. Leans a little to the left.
And sometimes after you run and play, you can feel it thumping.
I have felt that, right in the middle of my chest. Thump, 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 thump. And there's a part of my brain that tells my heart to keep beating, all by itself. I don't have to think about it. Okay, I get it. I guess my question is, why is my heart beating?
Well, the heart's part of a bigger process called the circulatory system, and that also includes blood vessels and blood.
Okay, this is getting gross.
Actually, it's awesome and very important. They keep you living.
I never thought of that before either. Well, okay, I'm ready to learn. But I've got a question. What does circulatory mean?
Great question, Amelia, and it's crucial to today's topic. Circulatory comes from the word circulate, which means to move in a circle or a circuit. Think of it like a car race. The cars start in one place, then circle the racetrack, and then return to where they started. The loop is called a circuit. They go round and round the same circuit over and over.
The blood in your body acts the same way. It leaves the heart and travels throughout the body, but then comes back to the heart again.
And then the process starts all over, all day, every day.
Here's a fun fact. It takes about a minute for blood to completely circulate throughout your body.
So, since we've been walking for about 5 minutes, your blood has circulated or gone completely through your body about 5 times.
And I didn't have to do anything about it.
Well, yes and no. Your brain keeps your heart beating, but you keep your heart healthy by...
I know, exercising and eating healthy foods.
Exactly. Your heart is a muscle. If you treat it right, it will treat you right. So, Max, we've talked about your heart beating and blood circulating through the body. Do you know how it all works together?
The heart is divided into 2 halves.
Yep, it is. There's a right side and a left side, which is separated by a thick wall of muscle, and that muscle is called a septum. It's just a fancy word for something in your body that acts like a divider or a wall. The septum in your heart divides it into a left side and a right side.
And each side has 2 chambers, like 2 different rooms.
Right. And these 4 chambers, 2 on the right and 2 on the left, they all work together in a steady rhythm to keep the heart pumping. How's that go again, Amelia?
Thump, 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 thump.
And these 4 chambers have special names. The 2 at the top are called atria.
Atria?
Yep, that's the plural, atria. When you talk about just one, it's called an atrium.
The top 2 chambers are called atria, or atrium, if you're just talking about one. Got it.
And the bottom 2 chambers are called ventricles.
Atrium begins with an A, so it's at the top of the alphabet, just like it's at the top of the heart. Ventricle begins with a V, so it's at the bottom of the alphabet and at the bottom of the heart. That helps me remember which one is which. Atrium with an A at the top, ventricle with a V at the bottom.
So, does that mean that there is a left atrium and a left ventricle, and a right atrium and a right ventricle?
Awesome! Ding, ding, ding! Give that girl a prize. There is a left atrium and a left ventricle, and a right atrium and a right ventricle.
So, how do they all work together?
Well, before we get to that, I'd like to explain what the circulatory system does first. So first, our bodies need oxygen to survive.
Oxygen is in the air we breathe, right?
Exactly. Every time we breathe in, we bring oxygen into our lungs. But here's the tricky part. We need oxygen to travel throughout our bodies, not just in our lungs. And how do you think that happens?
The circulatory system?
Right. The heart pumps blood into the lungs, where it picks up oxygen that we've breathed in.
Actually, it's a little more complicated than that. Blood that's been pumped throughout the body enters the heart through the right atrium. Remember, that's the top chamber on the right side. From there, the blood is pushed down into the right ventricle. Then, it's pumped into the lungs, where it picks up oxygen.
Very good, Max. And then, that blood flows back into the left atrium of the heart, and then it's pushed down into the left ventricle. And from there, it's pumped through our arteries to our entire body.
Arteries?
Arteries are the tubes that lead blood away from the heart.
And how do you know that?
2 heart surgeries, hello?
All right, I forgot.
So, blood starts in the left atrium and then goes down to the left ventricle.
Exactly.
From there, it's pumped into the lungs to pick up oxygen before returning to the heart.
You've got it, Amelia. Then the oxygen-filled blood returns to the right atrium and it's pushed down into the right ventricle before being pumped away from the heart through the arteries to the rest of your body.
Got it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If arteries carry blood away from the heart, what carries blood back to the heart?
That's easy. Veins.
Right again. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, and veins bring it back. You can remember that because arteries and away both begin with the letter A. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Together, arteries and veins are called blood vessels. And sometimes you can see them just under your skin. They look like little purple tubes.
I can see some blood vessels under the skin on my wrist. That's cool.
It is cool. Okay, so where were we? Right. Blood leaves the heart through the arteries filled with oxygen. As the blood travels through the body, it delivers oxygen to all your cells, keeping them healthy and happy. And here is the really cool part. After your cells use the oxygen, they make a waste product called carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is something that your body does not need. So the blood picks up the carbon dioxide and delivers it back to the heart. The heart pumps the carbon dioxide-filled blood back to the lungs, and then you breathe out the carbon dioxide. And then the whole process starts all over again.
So the blood is like the pizza delivery guy and the trash man all in one?
What?
The blood delivers the food your cells need, like the pizza man brings a pizza to your door. And then he hauls up the trash when you're done.
That's a great way to look at it, Max. The blood delivers oxygen to the cells in your body and then picks up the waste, carbon dioxide, on its way back to the heart.
There's a lot going on.
There is, so we should probably review. Do you remember the name of the muscle that separates your heart into two halves?
Septum.
Right. Now, how about the names of the 4 chambers of your heart?
There's a left atrium and a left ventricle.
And a right atrium and a right ventricle.
Awesome. And the blood that comes back through the veins to your heart is filled with?
Carbon dioxide.
Exactly. And your body needs to get rid of carbon dioxide. So the first thing your heart does is deliver the blood to the right atrium. As your heart beats, this blood is pushed down into your right ventricle. As your heart beats again, the blood is sent into your lungs where the carbon dioxide is released and new oxygen is picked up.
Just like a circuit.
Exactly. And from there, this oxygen-rich blood flows through the left atrium, then to the left ventricle,
And then out the aorta, which is the main artery leading away from the heart.
and this process repeats itself nearly 100,000 times a day.
Okay, I get the part about the heart being a muscle that pumps blood through the body, delivering oxygen and getting rid of carbon dioxide. Can we go over the whole left-right ventricle arterium thing one more time?
No problem. Max, can you help us out? And by the way, it's atrium.
I'll try. I think it's easiest to picture the circulatory system in your head if you imagine yourself as one tiny blood cell floating through the body. Imagine you're a blood cell filled with carbon dioxide, a waste product you have to get rid of. You've just returned to the heart through a vein and entered the right atrium. The heart beats and you're pumped down into another chamber called the right ventricle.
Okay, the carbon dioxide-filled blood comes back through the veins into the right atrium, then goes to the right ventricle.
From the right ventricle, you're pumped into the lungs, where you get rid of your nasty carbon dioxide and pick up a fresh, clean supply of oxygen.
Blood flows into lungs, expel carbon dioxide, pick up oxygen.
From the lungs, you go to the heart and enter the left atrium. At the next heartbeat, you're pumped into the left ventricle.
And from there, I leave the heart, or go away through an artery called the aorta to deliver oxygen to cells throughout the body. But I have one more question. How does the blood know which way to flow?
Great question. The chambers in the heart are separated by valves. The valves open and close in a way that only lets blood flow in one direction. It's like when you turn on the water at the sink. The water flows until you shut it off. The valves in your heart work kind of the same way. They open quickly to let blood be pushed through and then close tightly to keep it from flowing backwards.
You guys are fantastic. It can be a pretty confusing topic, but I think you nailed it. How about the rest of you walking classroom students? Do you think you understand how the circulatory system works? As we finish our walk, consider the walking trip that we just took. It was a circuit, right? We're going to end up back where we started. Discuss with a partner how our walking path is like the circulatory system. And can you remember the 4 chambers of the heart? See if you can name them as we walk, and discuss how the circulatory system works. Ask a friend if you need help. Thanks again for joining us. We hope we gave you plenty to think about. Until next time, take care, stay healthy, and
Happy trails!